Hello, it's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the UK, bringing you a Facebook Friday Live. Welcome, and thank goodness it's Friday. I am so glad we have got to the end of the week. I don't know about you guys. I will just give a few minutes to see if anyone hops on. And I've got a fun card to craft with you tonight. I'm going to be using the Whale of a Time Suite, which is that lovely stamp set and punch. I've got it right here. I can show you now. So we're using this Well Done stamp set and the lovely punch, and we're going to make a peekaboo card. And it's great fun, and I can't wait to share it with you. So let me just sort this out so that you can actually see it the right way around. Oh, I can't work out how to do it. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. Then it flips everything, and it's all a bit strange. Oh yes, it's all very weird. It's weird. Let me move also because it feels a bit weird, like I'm the wrong way around. There we go. So I can't actually see any comments. I'd love to know if you are with me. I'd love to know if you're watching. Do let me know. I'm not sure how to get rid of all this stuff. There we are. Oh, hello, Joe. Good evening. Let me just have a look at my laptop. I know that I'm there live in the right place. Let's just see if there's any comments. I don't think I can see the comments. There we are. I got Carol and Philomena and Joe. Lovely. Welcome. Welcome to this Friday. I hope you've had a great week. The sun has been shining. It's been a gorgeous day here today. I've got my drink and I'm ready for a bit of crafting. What have you been doing? I hope you've had a nice day. I had a lovely walk with Carol around the lake today and I really enjoyed that. And Brian and our two little dogs. It was so nice. It was so lovely to get out in the sunshine. So good evening. Yeah, so I was showing you this stamp set. Now I've turned the camera around, you can see what it says. Some of you, this was my March class. So some of you will have used this and made some fun cards with it already. But this is this lovely Well Done stamp set. It's part of a bundle from Stampin' Up! And here's the punch that goes alongside it. Here we go, and it has some fabulous papers and you can cut the whales out of the paper, so that is good. Yeah, let me know if you're watching. Okay, and do share the video. If there's anyone you know that might appreciate watching it, while you're watching you can click share, so share it, share away. Somebody might enjoy seeing that. So I'm going to show you the card we're going to make if I can find it. Honestly, what have I done with the card? I've tidied it all away. So I've got the papers. I've got the card stock. Let's have a look. Where's the card? What have I done with it? I have been crafting like a frenzied woman today, getting lots of projects done that I needed to get done. Let me just move my laptop. No, it's not behind my laptop. Well, that's the weirdest thing in the world. Oh, it's here. It's right in front of me. I'm being ridiculous. All right. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this card works. I think it's a bit weird when it's back to front like that. Hang on, I can't do it like this. So that way. Here we are. So can you see if I open the card up, the little whale pops in. How cute is that? There, and it says you're kind of a big deal. And I've used the papers that come in this suite. It's got a whole stack of 6x6 papers that are absolutely gorgeous. And I've used the jellyfish stamps here on this kind of blank piece here. And then I've done stamping in the middle of the aperture. And then when you open the card, I mean, I can't do it when the camera's back to front. I find it really hard. When you open the card, when you open it anyway, there's the whale. He pops in like so. Does that make sense? It might be easier for me to do it when the camera is facing down. I think that might help. It looks really complicated, guys. It is so easy. You just need the right measurements and know which bit fixes where. And it's so much easier than it looks. So, right, shall we crack on and I'll show you how to make it. All credit for this card goes to Frenchie. Find her on YouTube. She's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She's a very talented lady. There are a lot of these peekaboo tutorials about. I happened upon Frenchie's and it felt really intuitive and simple for me. So that's the one I use. So do have a look at hers. All credit to her. So hi Linda, lovely of you to join us. Right, I'm going to turn the camera around, so bear with me. I also have to readjust the tripod, so yeah, sorry about this. Here we go. And so here we are. There we go. I'm just going to pop this down. Sorry it goes a bit dark for a second while I get the tripod facing down again. And then I can pop you in there. Like so. There we are. All right. Now, some of you took part in my March Whale of a Time class. I'm not doing very well with this tripod. Here we go. But for those of you who didn't, I will show you the cards we made. Here we go. These are the cards I made in my March Whale of a Time class using this whole suite. So we made, I need to weight this down. I use the punch. We made a shaker card. I'm going to turn this back around as well so that we can see it properly. Oh, that didn't work. Here we are. There we are. There we are. Thank you. Oh, yes, I have, Jo. Thanks for the reminder, though. Okay, so this was the shaker card we made using the suite and the papers. Hoping your birthday fishes come true. This was the prototype. The actual one I made had a much better finish, but I actually sent it to someone. So, but that's the idea. That's our shaker card. And this is like a port window on a ship, if you like. And there's, yeah, hoping all your birthday fishes come true. This one, which I really like, that we cut the turtle out of the paper and, yeah, use these beautiful papers. And I made another porthole using the layering circle dies. This one was fun. This is kind of like I can't remember what we call this one, but it's so cute. It's got I made a belly band for it, and I used the stitch shaped framelets. I used the square to seal it together, and used some of that lovely pool party ribbon that we've got at the moment. That's part of the suite, actually, that ribbon. And then it folds out like that. How cute is that? It's like a sea scene in Finding Nemo, isn't it? And I've stamped You're Kind of a Big Deal on that, like, space there. And because we didn't have anywhere to write on the card, on my actual one, which is not here, I've put a piece of Whisper White and I've done stamping all on the back, and you can write to and from on there. So I think that was my favourite one. That and the shaker card. So I liked. And then we did, oh, have I got more out? But yeah, I think we only made 4. There's the other shaker card. These are the sequins, aren't they just beautiful? Love those. Yeah, that was the actual other one. And then, well done. So like a congratulations card using this gorgeous rainbow of fishes. And then I've stamped the jellyfish in the same colour as the paper and put some of the bubbles on the paper as well. Stamping on your pattern paper is always fun. Okay, that was my March class. Love those. Okay, so we're using the same suite tonight, actually. And so I'll show you the card now. It might be a bit easier to see. So here we go. Yes, how's that? I hope this pleases you. Pleases me. And I think it's perfect for these papers and these stamps and punch. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make it. And I've got my instructions next to me. Right, so I've got all the things I need here. Okay, now to start off with, you need 3 pieces of cardstock. Okay, and I will, when I put this up on YouTube, I will put the measurements of these pieces in the description bar below, so you don't need to write them down now, but you can if you want to, because it might not be until tomorrow that I get it up there. Okay, so I need a piece. I've chosen soft sea foam. When I made this one, I used Seaside Spray. Use whatever colour you like. It's good if it coordinates with your pattern papers. So this is soft sea foam cardstock. And this piece is 8.5 by 5.5 inches. So it's all in inches, okay? And then I've got a piece that's 8.25 by 5.5. And I've got another piece that's 5.5 by 5.75. Okay? So the first piece is 8.5 by 5.5. The second piece is 8.25 by 5.5. And the third piece is 5.75 by 5.5. There we go. So that's all the different pieces. That's the 3 different pieces you need. You just need those really for cardstock. And then there's a couple of pieces of basic white, and you'll need some pattern papers, and I'll tell you the measurements of those as we go. All right, let me get my trimmer out because I'm going to do a little bit of scoring. Here it is, here it is. Right, now I need the 8.5 by 5.5 piece. So let's just check which one this one is. Make sure I've got the right piece. No. None of these are 8.5 by 5.5. Maybe the first one was, I'm not sure. I don't know. Right, let's have a look at this one again. Oh yeah, no, that is 8.5. It's all right, Alfie. Dog's in here. 8.5 by 5.5. So that's my first piece. And I want to score that. So with a long side at the top, I'm going to make a score at 4.25 inches. Somebody's out the front. They've come to pick up all the scrap metal on the front lawn. And there's a story behind that. If you don't know, we're having our kitchen replaced. So 4.25 inches. Here we go. So if your piece of cardstock is 8.5 and you've scored it at 4.25, you've literally made yourself a nice little card base that folds in half. You scored it in half. Okay, so that's the first piece. Now the second piece is the other long bit, which is 8.25 by 5.5. So with a long side at the top, you want to score it at 2.75. Okay, so you get, with that piece, with your score line there, you've got a long bit and a shorter piece. Okay, so that's that. And then this piece is 5.5 by 5.75. So on the 5.75 inch side being at the top, like that, you want to score it at 5.5. So you'll end up with 1/4 inch score line at one end. And you'll know you've got it the right way up, because if you've got it the other way up, you won't be able to do it because you'll have got to the end. So, because one end is just 1/4 inch bigger than the other. Does that make sense? Are you still with me? So yeah, we've got 3 pieces of cardstock that are scored. Okay. Now, I want to get my pattern paper out next. And I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. And this is some of the pattern papers you get in the pack. They're really gorgeous. They've got some lovely designs on those. The whales punch out with the punch that comes with it. There's that one I used on that other card. They are absolutely beautiful. So I have decided, I kind of decided already, that I'm going to use these gorgeous swathe of turtles and the big ones as well. So those are the 2 pieces I'm going to use from this pack. Okay. And so I'm going to do the bit first for my card front. And believe it or not, the card front is this bit. The bit that's got the big bit and the little bit. That is my card front, okay? And so my piece of paper that I want for my card front needs to be square, 5 3/8 by 5 3/8 of an inch. So I can look on my trimmer, I can find 5 inches. That's 5 4/8 because that's 5.5, isn't it? So if I come just shy of that, that's 5 3/8. So I'm going to cut the end off. And then I'm going to go the other side. Yeah. Just working out which side I wanted to cut it off. 5 3/8. Cut it off that way. Now that should fit nicely on this piece of our card. This piece here. And yes, it fits nicely on there with a tiny little gap around the outside, which is what we want. So that's perfect, all right? Now, this is going to be the inside of the card, and I need a piece of pattern paper on one side, and I need some white on the other side. So I'm going to cut my other pattern piece of paper next to match. And so I've got this piece, and I'm going to cut this at 5 3/8, which will be that way, by 4 1/8. So let's go 4 1/8. So we've got 4 1/8, because I think it's going to be long. by 5 3/8. Just remember that if you have a directional pattern, to make sure it fits and they've got the right direction. So it does, it fits perfectly in there like that. Okay, and then I think I've already cut my white to fit, which is exactly the same measurement on the inside to go on this side. So that's the same, that's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. That's for the inside. Okay, so that's all those bits, and now we can think about starting to put it together. Okay. So I've got to remember how to do this now. Right, I think I stick it together first, so I'm going to glue this straight on here. I'm going to use my Tombow. And I like the Tombow multi-purpose glue because it just gives me a couple of seconds to move it around. If I put it on the cardstock slightly skew with, I can move it a little. Yeah, can you hear it going? It's gone, Carol. Thank you so much. We're having our kitchen replaced, and we had an art installation on our front lawn. I don't mean really. I mean, we had our old range oven, and we had a dishwasher and a lot of metal bits and bobs. And it's just been collected. Hooray! The neighbours will be pleased. Okay, so that's the front of it. And thank you for that, Carol. Okay. And now I'm going to put these on the inside. And I'm not sure if I might wait till... Oh, no, I will have to put that one on as well because I need to do some cutting with it on. Okay, so... Normally I wait and put a white layer on after I've stamped on it, but I need to cut a hole in it. So I shan't wait, I shall put it on. Yeah, so just do it so there's a nice thin little border all the way around. And the same with this one. Can you see properly? I can't see very well tonight. Oh yeah, I can see it on my laptop. So pop that one in there. Have a nice little, I love this soft seafoam colour. Excuse me. I've got a bit of a croaky voice. There we are. See that glue, it just helps me move it back into position if I had it a bit wrong. There we go. Save my scraps for something else. So there we go. So that's that. And this is this. Okay, and there we have this piece. Now, interestingly, I made a template earlier on so I could remember how all the bits fitted together. And I've just kind of put them together with a paper clip so I can see what bit fits exactly where. But that's it. So, let's have a look. Now, this bit is going to glue onto here. But I need to do some cutting of a circle first. Now, I have got the layering circle dies. Do excuse the washi tape, I've got stuck all over it. And I've got two that nest into each other. So my circle dies are 2 1/8 of an inch and 2.5. So if you measure them, my smallest one is 2 1/8 of an inch. And that's the one I'm going to use to start with. And I'm going to put it where I want my hole to be. And I think I'm going to put my hole up here on the top right hand side of my card, and I'm going to use the smallest die for that. And I'm just going to pop it on there with a bit of washi like that. And I'm going to pop it through my stamping cut and emboss machine, which I've got next to me, but the dog sat right in the way. Oh, excuse me, Alfie. He does like to craft along with us. He's a very talented dog. Okay. I'm trying not to trip over him, bless him. So there we are. I've cut that one out. So I've now got a nice little hole right there. And what we have to do next, got to make sure I do this exactly right for each one. yet is line this up exactly, because this is going to be glued together, but I'm not sure if my die will go through all the different layers. So I'm just going to lay it down like that. And I am going to pencil a hole in there. I can find a pencil. Somebody keeps stealing them. No idea. Oh, here we are. I've got a mechanical one. So I'm just going to literally do a very small, very light pencil line here, so that when I take it off, I know where to put my die. And it's going to go right there, and I'm just going to take it over there and cut that one out as well. Let's grab a bit more washi. Oh, the washi tape just went straight through the middle. That's no good. Talk amongst yourselves. Here it goes, it's going through. And I'm still trying to straddle the dog who wants to sit right between my feet. He's such a pain. I love him to death, but he is. Okay, so we'll take that one off there gently. I don't want to rip that. So we've got that bit, and that bit's gone. So ideally this should now fit perfectly on there, which it does. Okay, right, now if we just shut that one up and we put that together again as is, we're going to do it again, and we're going to do our last circle. Like that. So hopefully that will go all the way around there perfectly. Yeah, that is a good one. Yes. Has any of you ever made one of these cards before? I would love to know. I love the turtles as well. They're great, aren't they? I'll just make sure that's on in the right spot. We're having our kitchen replaced. It's very odd in our house. And when I did my coffee and cars on Tuesday, there was an awful lot of banging and crashing going on, but at least in the evening, the workman's gone home. Oh, Philomena, you should try this. I think it's fun. Let's see. I'll tell you again at the end whether I still think it's fun. So these little discs, we don't need them for anything, but you can just keep them and use them for something else if you needed to. Okay, so now it all matches up. Hooray. Like so. So now I do believe I can glue these pieces together. Right. Well, I hope so. I hope it looks easier. Now, I am going to put this in here and I'm going to stick it on there. So I'm going to put my glue on this piece. Okay. Let's try this bit. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so we are getting there with our card already. Okay, now I've got to remember what I do next. This is the fun bit. Yes, so next I'm going to take our other square piece. So we have a square piece, this piece, with that 1/4 inch margin on it. And we're going to stick it on the back. So we are going to open it up here, and we're going to glue this piece along here to here. Now, this is a good thing I should have thought of before I started. Make sure, which I thankfully have done just by chance, that your hole is at least 1/4 inch from the edge, because otherwise you can have this little lip showing through in your hole. So just make sure that it's just over a little bit. And I'm going to use Tombow, but I've got a feeling I might need to come back and use double-sided sticky tape because there's a lot of movement going on. Ooh, lose my lid. Hello, Karen. Lovely to have you. Right, so this is the fun bit, and I'm going to just glue this on, and hopefully I'm doing it right. So it needs to be, yes, that's it, literally on there. So I'm going to put it together, and I'm going to press it down, make sure it's flush, and I'm just going to hold it a second to give it a chance to grab. And then we have this kind of idea. It's coming together. Yeah, that is on there. That's my margin. That's fine. It looks good if it isn't. Okay, I love it when a plan comes together. So we've got most of our pieces in there now. Okay, now I think I've got this right. Let me just look at my other one. Yes, except for that bit should go that way. That's it. That's it. So it's going to go like this, so that when you open your card, you can't really see that green bit going back and forth at the moment because it's all the same colour. But we're going to put something in there that's going to move about. So I'm going to grab that circle. I'll use one of these circles, the one that we've taken out. Which one shall I take? Might be better to take that one. That one. Let's take this bit of washi tape off, and we'll see if I can use it. It might be too small. I'm covered in gold washi tape now. So I'm going to stick it in there, and I'm going to stick it in the hole all the way through so that I know that it's in the right place. Yeah, so let's grab some glue. Hi, Shirley. Lovely to have you. Okay. So let's put it through, because it's going to kind of match the front, I think. But you're not going to see it anyway when it's shut. Am I doing this right? Yeah, I am doing this right. You know when you doubt yourself? Get this round the right way. This came off here, didn't it? So there we are. That's it. That's pretty much it. Ooh. Yeah, so it's been very interesting in our house this week. Our whole kitchen has been removed, and now it's just a bare room. We have no sink or anything in there. It's very weird. It's going to be nice when it's finished. Okay, so I've just put that piece back in. You can use any of the design that you like. I just happen to have put that one back in through there. And as you can see now, because it's a different bit, oops, you can see that this will slide around. Okay, so that's that one. Oh, hang on. I think I've done that wrong. Yeah, I knew I was doing something wrong. That bit does not need to fit there. I need to put something else there. Okay, let's do that again. So it's when it's on the peekaboo bit. So when that green bit, show you, slides forward, that's where you stick it. There we go. Just pull that so that the glue doesn't stick, or I put glue in there. I'm going to put something else at the back there, so that's all right. So just pop that in there, so you can see which bit it is when I open it up. It's the back. So it's the back where this little flap is. That's where your circle will need to go. And I don't have enough glue on it, but I think it's stuck. Okay, so that's that. Okay, how cool is that? We're getting there. And then I've got to work out what I'm doing. Then we put other piece of white on there so we can see the sentiment. So open it out. You've got this flappy piece here. You've got your circles to the right, and then you're going to put a piece of Whisper White in here. Now I just did mine like a regular card inside size. Let me tell you what the size of that piece of Whisper White was. That was 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, now I'm going to glue that in. Nearly made a mistake, but we saved it. Hooray! So that's going to go here, and this is where our other piece is going to be stamped. So turn it round, and you can see the white piece where we're going to do our stamping, but if you open it, you can see the turtles coming through like that. So cute, isn't it? Hey Shirley, what do you think of our peekaboo card so far? We're going to do some stamping in a minute. Just before we do the stamping, I'm going to take some of the whale paper, and I'm going to use the punch to punch it out with. So let's take, what colour? I think I'll use this one in the middle. I'm going to cut him out. I'm not going to worry too much about the little whales tonight. Normally I would save all those, but I just tried to make it a bit quicker and easier. So I'll put that there. This is the kind of paper that when you buy it, you can use every single scrap. It's been a long week. I'm not sure if you can tell. There we are. So line it up in your punch. And the reason I've cut it out from the paper first is because this is a builder punch. So it'll cut out all these different parts of the whale and the splashes. And if you put a whole sheet of paper in, you will cut out all of the other whales where you don't want to. So cut him out first. So there we are. That's the whale punch. How cool is that? And obviously it cuts out, if you want to use the stamp set and stamp the whale, it'll cut him out too. Okay, so what we want to do now is pop him on here. So he peeks through and you can see him. But I want him flat, so no dimensionals, because obviously I don't want it to catch on the card. You've got that punch, have you, Shirley? It's a great one. I love it. I think this is a great all-rounder. I think you can send these kind of cards to adults, but it would also be a great one for a child as well. I found out that my great nephew is into sea life at the moment. He's got a new bedroom with sharks and all sorts all over it. So I'm trying to think about what I could make for his bedroom with it all. I have to have another think about that. Okay, so I've now got the whale in with the turtles, and he's coming in like that. How cute is that? Okay, so I'm going to add a bit of a finishing touch to this before I do any more stamping to this card. And you know, I had 2 layering circle dies, didn't I? I had the small one that I'd already used, and then one slightly larger that nests. Well, I'm going to nest them together, and I'm going to run them through the big shot, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 2 of those, 3 of those, 3 circles. Do that, and I've got it on a scrap of the soft seafoam to match the card base colour. So I'll quickly do a few of those. And literally nest them in, stick them down, which is why my dies are covered in washi tape. So let's see. You end up with a lot of circles. So I don't need those, but they'll definitely come in handy. And then if you take it out, you then have, oh no, I think these are too close together, aren't they? Oh yeah, no, that works. That then leaves you a circle to make a frame for your like little porthole. So I'm going to do another one. I needed 3. You don't have to do this bit. I think it just adds a really nice finishing touch. So if you don't have the dies, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do that. Oh, that one's got stuck in there. I'm not sure if I cut it very well. Oh, it's all right. That one's okay. One last one. Thanks for being patient. So that'll just fit on there. So I'm using the scraps of paper, cardstock, from when I cut out my pieces of card to make the card base for these circles. So I haven't used any more card. I think I needed a few minutes later tonight to clean my dies, don't you? The state of those. Oh dear. Oh, that's all right. Lena, you watch it later in your own time, I should. Yeah, we're making a peekaboo card. Oh, I see what's wrong with that. It had a bit of washi tape stuck to it. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow on these. But you could use a fine tip glue pen. Whatever you prefer. Let's see if I get the glue to come out. Oh, so much seems to be going on. It's so exciting. The 4th of May is the start of a brand new catalogue. I love that. It's so exciting. It's got loads of new goodies. And it's also, we've got this amazing joining offer coming. It's fabulous. So if you want to know about that, I put it on my Facebook page. There's lots of info on there about it. You're getting loads for your money with your starter kit. It's a no-brainer. So have a look at that because it's a brilliant way to get your stash. Okay, so we have got a porthole. Lovely. I'm so gluey now. And I'm going to do the same on the inside. I could do with a wipe to wipe all the glue off my hands. I'm always messy. So I'll put this one in here. You can just match it up. Oh, stuck to me. Do you see what I mean? There we are. And then the last one is going to go around here. And then it's time for the stamping part. And then we'll have done it. These are fun to make. I am gluey. I'm looking for a wipe because I can't bear the glue anymore all over me. There we are. I just don't want to transfer it onto my project. There we are. No more glue. Just make sure that's all stuck down well. Lovely. It's stuck well. Okay, so you can see how it pops across like that one. Yeah, I like the frame. It kind of makes it look like a porthole, doesn't it? But now I'm going to use this hole to do some stamping in. So I think I'm going to grab the stamp set and I'm going to put You're Kind of a Big Deal because I really like this lovely font on this stamp. Grab a block like that. And I think I'll use, I just picked out some colours, and I picked out some of the colours that are in the papers. Thank you. Oh, Anthony, I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you're all here. How lovely. Don't worry about being late. I'm glad you like it, Lena. So I picked out some of the colours that are in the papers, in the ink pads, just so that it coordinates. But you can use what you've got. I'm sure it'll work. So I'm now I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to stamp in the middle, and then I know that it's in the right place. And let's just hope I don't misstamp it and make a mess. So hold your breath, people. You're kind of a big deal. I love these papers. I ordered a second pack and another pack of the sequins because I like them so much. Yay, look at that. I love that. So you're kind of a big deal. Now I know that bit's in the centre. I'm going to open it up to do the rest of my stamping because I think that'll make it a little bit easier. Now I'm going to put some of the fish in, some of the coral and some of the seaweed. So I've got the seaweed, sorry, the coral, the fish, and I think I'll use the small, there's a nice big seaweed, but it's a small aperture, so I'll just use one of the little frond piece. Acrylic blocks are so noisy. Sorry. Right, let's do this. So I'm going to use Calypso Coral for the coral because it sounds like it should be used for the coral. It's perfect coral colour, isn't it? Oh, it's come off the block. Let's stamp it on this just to make sure it's stuck down and doesn't fall off on my project. There we are. Right, let's have a look. So I'm going to just kind of put it down here. And it should just peek into the hole. You can kind of see where it's going. So I finished with that ink. Let's pop it there. I've got some massive blocks here. I don't need them that large. Let's use the seaweed one, and I think I'll go for garden green and soft sea foam. So I think I'll do the soft sea foam first. Hi, Wendy. How lovely to see you. I can't see what the... Hang on, what was that comment above it? I never got around to the Finding Nemo scrapbook page yet. No, Anthony, I've not done it yet, but it is on my list because I've got many photos of us at Disney World with that kind of thing. You can't really see that, can you? But I'm going to do a different green as well. Lovely to see you, Wendy. So I think we'll use garden green because that's really going to pop. It's a great green. So I think I'll just pop it next to it here. I'm not sure if it's going to show, and I'm going to put some here as well, like that. And then I might just put one up here, and hopefully it'll show through. Let's have a look. I've still got to do my fish. Oh, not quite. I don't know if I can make it show through. There we go. That will be fine because it's going to look like that. It's just going to peek through the side. And then I need some fish. Now I did the other card. I did the fish in a blue colour, but I think I'm going to do them in the coral because you just reminded me of Nemo. Oh, my kitchen is gone, Wendy. That's all the words I've got for it. It's like there's no kitchen there. It's just a hole. It's all going well, though. I mean, it's all going to plan. It's just a bit, oh my goodness. How cool are these fish? I love it. So I'm posting on my Inkstampshare page updates on my kitchen. So yeah, you can see it all there. But there's nothing in the room, basically. Okay, so let's have a look at where we're getting on. So we've got You're Kind of a Big Deal. The microwave is still in the living room and will be for about a month. So here we go. You're kind of a big deal, like so. Like that. And then in the middle, I'm going to put another stamp here. So let's have a look. What have we got? Thanks a ton, I think we should put. It's a great thank you card. Let's grab my chamois because I'm going to get coral ink all over the place. Oh, I'm telling you, it'll be an open kitchen. Probably by the time we get our kitchen done, all the social restrictions will have gone as well. So you'll be able to come round. Wouldn't that be cool? Right, nearly there. Nearly there. So thanks a ton. I'm going to do it in Just Jade. I really like this colour. Yeah. You're going to bring the biscuits. Love a bicky. Biscuits, tea and cakes. We could have coffee and cards in the kitchen, all of us together. Would that be fun? Okay, thanks a ton. Oh, that's nice. And then one little bit of seaweed in the garden green. That'd be so cool, wouldn't it? I would love that. See all of you. Have a little bit of seaweed here. So this is the fun part of the card where you just get to create your your ocean scene. Love it. With all these, I mean, we're only using a couple of the stamps. There's so many in there. There's a turtle, and there's a lovely jellyfish, and there's the whale. There's even a little heart. There's a seahorse. There's more seaweed and more sentiments. It's a great set. Right, let's have some fish there. There's some fish here. There we go. Let's move all of this before I get it all inky. Are we done? I think we pretty much are done. Yeah, I think we're done. We could put something on the front, but I like it like that. I think we are done. So this is how you make a peekaboo card. Thanks a ton. Using the whale of a time suite. A lot easier than it looks. So if you look at it, it kind of sits up like this. Nothing is glued in there. That just goes over there and it moves back and forth like that, so you can see. How cool is that? Oh, goodness. Yes, my biscuit-loving doggy who got a digestive biscuit today from the builder, from the kitchen fitter, and he followed him around all day then. He didn't mind. He loves him. So sweet. So, the sound of music is on the TV. I'm glad you like this, guys. I'm really pleased you like it. I love it. I can see it being able to use this for lots of different suites. Such a fun card. I hope you like it and I hope you'll have a go. It's a lot easier than it looks. If you're watching me on replay, do let me know that you're watching on replay and where you're from. I would love to know, and if you enjoyed the card. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for sticking with me. Please press the subscribe button if you haven't already, and press that little bell down below for notification of future videos. It really helps the YouTube algorithm when you do that. So thank you very much for joining me. If you like any of these goodies, they're in my shop at inkstampshare.ink, and you can find lots of inspiration over there. Definitely write those down, Wendy, and as I said, all credit to Frenchie for her peekaboo card. She made one, it was quite a few years ago, but I looked it up and I found hers was really useful, and that's where I got my measurements from. Yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you at Coffee and Cards on Tuesday. Take care, guys. Oh, hi, Jen. Lovely to see you. Have a lovely weekend. Goodbye. Bye.